Hello and welcome back to the Drifter Journey channel. I'm Jess. We got Lupe over here in the snow. And Greg is up snowboarding today, so I'm going to give you guys a tour of the house progress. It's been a couple months. The last time we gave you guys an update, we had just basically a framed interior. And a lot has changed. We are way over schedule, way over budget, so I'll kind of touch on some of those things. If you want to support us, please feel free to shop through any of our links in the description. It helps us with a small commission at no added cost to you. And also, you can share our channel with your friends. You can comment on this video. Just send us some good vibes, a thumbs up, a high five, whatever. And we appreciate you. So let's get into the tour. So I'll start on the outside with general overview. If you guys are new to the house building process, for us, sorry, Lupe's got the snow zoomies. Lupe, where is it? Get it. Get him. Get the snow. Get the snow. We initially wanted to build what's called a barn-dominium, and we wanted one living area on the same floor. As you can see behind me, we didn't do that, and most of that came down to cost. Just even the cost of having a very large concrete slab for living area and garage all on the same floor, or even a slab for a shop and then a slab for a separate house, was going to be significantly more expensive. So we ended up with what you see behind me, which is a full shop work area downstairs and then the whole living area upstairs. The footprint of our house is a 24 by 36 foot rectangle, and the shop door is about 16 feet wide by 10 feet high. So we're really looking forward to that being a huge project space that we can just do whatever we want in. We don't really have plans yet as far as what that is, but we wanted to make sure that we built a space that had the capacity for basically anything that we could think of that we wanted to do. And so then the upstairs, I'll show you that when I get there, but it's 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom with an office, and then your standard kitchen, dining room, living area. We are on about just over 2.5 acres. Initially, we just started with over 1.5, and then the lot next door came up for sale. And although this build has gone way over budget and has put us in a bit of a financially stressful situation, we felt that it was really important to grab that lot. And you know, we have more space now for either us, or if we want to develop that in the future, to rent or sell or what have you. So with that, let's get to the inside. You want to go inside? Come on. Let's go. So one reason why we haven't really shared a lot of the build process with you guys, either on Instagram or on YouTube, is because it's been a pretty frustrating and painful process. And personally, I go to social media for like a distraction and to see fun, inspiring things rather than to see people complaining. So I didn't want to be that person like complaining about all of the issues that we've had building, especially because it just seems to be that that's just the way construction is these days, unfortunately. Right now, our biggest frustration is the mud. So this is under our deck, which is currently dripping because we have snow that came down last night and it's melting. But let's go into the shop door here. And like I said, we are still under construction, but you can get an idea of the space here. So we're doing radiant heaters. Those are the heaters. We've got huge amount of lighting, that big garage door. Turn on the light so you guys can see how awesome this space is. And then down here we also have a cool shop bathroom. Greg wanted to make sure that we had a second bathroom, not just for the shop, but just in general. It's nice to have 2 toilets. So it's kind of a utility room slash bathroom. Water heater. This is a water pump. So we do not have service to city water or sewage. We have a septic system and a leach field that's outside for our wastewater, And then our fresh water is from a cistern that we will have to fill manually until at some point we may drill a well. We did not drill a well ahead of time because it just wasn't in the budget. I initially got quotes and they were anywhere from $15,000 to $35,000 plus. Wells out here are not a guarantee. We're in an area where there is sulfur water, so there was potential that we could spend an awful lot of money and not even get great drinking water. So for the time being, because we have such a limited budget for the build, we decided to do a cistern with fresh water. So that pressurizes the water as it comes into the house so that we have pressurized water at all the faucets. We're gonna have a toilet and a utility sink there. And that's pretty much the shop. So we didn't do a lot of windows, but even with the lights off, you can see it's still pretty bright. And against this back wall, we're gonna have a giant workbench here. Tools and all the things can be there. And then we got plenty of room for shelving with storage for all of our gear. Which is a good thing because upstairs, the living area is, I'm gonna say compact. The space is very efficiently designed with not a ton of storage options. So a lot of our storage is gonna be in the garage. Lupe, you wanna go upstairs? So I mentioned that the building process has been frustrating. One of the things that has really been bumming me out is the stairs here. When I initially drew this house plan and drafted it out, I had the stairs on the outside of the deck. So you would walk up the stairs along the outside of the deck and then cross the deck to go inside. Our builder said, hey, it snows a lot. You might want your deck covered or your stairs covered so that you don't have to shovel the stairs. And I said, okay, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I'm open to that. However, I do not think that they appropriately adjusted the eave to cover the stairs, because as you can see, all of the snow falls right here. I mean, most of it does kind of miss the stairs, but when it hits hard, it just falls down onto the stairs. So, good idea, not implemented very well. And our stairs essentially become a death trap when it's super icy. We're definitely gonna have to stay on top of shoveling. However, I do really, really enjoy this deck. When I had initially designed the deck, I drew it ending at the slider here. So it would have been you know, about 24 feet instead of the full 36-foot length of the house. And because our builder suggested that we extend the deck, his reasoning was to actually cover the man door entry into the shop downstairs, the one that we just came out of, so that we didn't constantly have to shovel snow out of that doorway, which is great. Great idea. I'm happy about that. And I'm really more happy about it because it gave us this extra huge space to utilize on our deck. I'm a big fan of outdoor living spaces, especially here in Colorado where we get so much sun and we get so much beautiful weather. It's going to be great. So let's move to the inside. All right, inside. The slider brings you right into what will be the dining room area next to the kitchen, and then our living room is over there off of the front door. So, where to start? Let's just start in the kitchen. So this kitchen, I initially wanted an island, but when we actually got it framed out and we drew where the island would go, we realized that there was not really enough room for an island here. You know, we may end up doing something kind of modular on wheels or something if I find that I need more workspace, but to be totally honest, coming from the van and the camper that we're in right now, this is like so much counter space. So I could not be more thrilled with how this turned out. We're gonna have a side-by-side refrigerator here. Then obviously the range will go here underneath the microwave. We're gonna do some floating shelves here that are gonna be stained the same color as the trim, which is pine 1x4. And then of course we'll have a dishwasher here. And to be honest, I actually did question whether or not I would put a dishwasher in, just because it's just the two of us and we've gotten so used to washing all of our dishes right after we eat. But I do think it'll be convenient because I am planning on doing more baking and large scale cooking, like just like cooking bigger meals so that we have leftovers and frozen stuff for busy days. So we've got one big stainless steel sink. The faucets and the appliances should be hooked up very soon. But one thing that I'm really pleased about is we did this highlight wall, the backsplash, in this sage green color. And it is a 3x16" subway tile with a natural gray grout. And I think it just looks really, really nice. We weren't sure how that was gonna turn out because we were worried about a color, but I love it. I think it's so beautiful. So then off of the kitchen, we have an office, which is also our laundry room. So this closet will have a stacking washer and dryer laundry tower in it, which is actually taking up the entire room right now, right here, which it came in this really pretty green color. This is the LG wash tower. And this is another thing that I had to compromise on. So when I designed this laundry closet, I wanted a side-by-side washer and dryer, and I wanted a ton of shelving on top because, like I said, we don't have a ton of storage in this house up in the living area, and I knew we were gonna need room for extra blankets and linens and things like that. Well, there was no, like, we have an HVAC system, and when they designed the actual floor plan for the house, they didn't draw in where the HVAC piping would go. So when we went to start framing, I was told, hey, we're gonna need to find a place for a 16" in diameter tube, basically. And there was nowhere to put it. It was either in here or in the pantry, and the pantry is already really small. So I ended up putting it here, doing a stacking washer and dryer, and then we'll have a little bit of room for shelving on either side of the washer and dryer. So not ideal. Very frustrating in the moment. It is what it is. I am actually really excited about the wash tower concept, just it being all together in one. And the reason why I wanted a wash tower instead of a stacking washer and dryer is because on a wash tower, the controls are right here in the center. So I don't have to reach way up high to control the dryer controls. It's all right down here. So yeah, once this is an actual office space, it's also going to be kind of a office slash workout slash potentially guest room if we can figure out a way to make a bed fit in here. We'll have a desk, probably like a corner desk, and we'll have nice east facing views in the morning. So coming out of the office, there is a small pantry. We got to put the shelves in here still, but it's your basic pantry. And that's right off the kitchen, so that'll be super convenient. Like I said, you come in the slider door, there's gonna be, this is our dining room area, so we don't have a table and chairs. We'll have to figure that out once we get in the space. Next off of this room is the bathroom. And again, we used that sage tile, but we went in a vertical and inline design rather than the horizontal subway, and I think it looks really good. The vaulted ceilings feel a little bit excessive for a bathroom, but I think this space is going to be really nice and peaceful and tranquil for us. So we have white porcelain tile for the floor, and that matches what's inside the sidewalls and the floor of the shower as well. We have the same maple cabinets as what's in the kitchen, so those match, and the countertops are the same as well, which is white quartz. We'll have a mirror coming soon, and then also custom shower glass to get in the shower. It'll be kind of an opening door rather than a slider. Obviously a toilet needs to get put in still as well. And this is missing a door currently, so that'll have to get installed. And then next to the bathroom is the bedroom. funny thing. I was calling it a master bedroom, but when you only have one bedroom, you don't really need to delineate. So it's the bedroom. And yeah, it is actually, it's compact for a bedroom. We basically have just enough space for a king size bed and some nightstands in here. And then we have a small closet, which I'm gonna do a cedar closet kit in there so that we have some really nice shelves and hanging areas and stuff like that. So when it comes to storage, what Greg and I are gonna have to do is probably, we'll have to like trade out our clothes every season. So in the summertime, we will put our winter clothes. We're thinking we're gonna do some really cool like storage and organization under our bed in the bedroom here, or we can do bins and just put them downstairs in the shop area. So really nice bedroom, lots of good lighting. We've got vaulted ceiling and a ceiling fan. This bedroom faces north and west, and we've got some really pretty views down the valley there. I like looking across there. You can see mountains, not right now because it's snowing. So then we come out into the living room, and this is our front door, which is at the top of the stairs here. So if I go outside, I can go down the stairs. But as we enter through this door, we did a charcoal porcelain tile for the entryway and for under the wood stove, which Greg covered because it seems like every time we get something installed, it gets messed up somehow, scratched or spilled on or damaged. So he smartly covered that up. I'll cover it back up when we're done. But this is our Pacific Energy Vista LE wood stove. It is one of the smallest wood stoves you can get. It's sized for this space, which we have essentially like 750 square feet in this house. So I really wanted to prioritize windows. So we obviously have a ton of windows. And number one, I really like natural light. And number two, this faces south, and we wanted to utilize a lot of the passive solar that we get in Colorado in order to heat, to help keep our heating bills low. So you can see that we essentially have a giant rectangle with one wall kind of down the middle. And the reason I designed this space that way is because I think hallways are a waste of space. And when you're looking to design a compact, space-efficient home, hallways take up a lot. Other people have asked, you know, why don't you put the stairs inside? Same reason, stairs inside take up a lot of square footage. So when we're talking about the footprint of the home, it impacts the cost of the slab and the cost of basically everything because of the building materials that you're buying. Right now, construction costs are through the roof. So I had mentioned at the beginning that we're over budget and over schedule. We will kind of do a more detailed budget video for those of you who are interested, because I know some of you guys are watching in order to get an idea of what it might take to build your own place. And initially when we were planning on, when we started this endeavor, we were gonna build our house ourselves because we just assumed that we couldn't afford to pay for subcontractors. We are paying for all of this with cash that we had saved from the sale of our past house, and we didn't wanna get a construction loan to mortgage once it was done. So it was really important to us that we stay within a certain budget. And basically, long story short, it's gone way over budget, and we've had to scramble to figure out ways to find extra money to cover the costs. It's gone approximately 10 to 15% over budget. So stay tuned for the budget video. Let me know in the comments if that's something you're actually interested in, because I don't know how much people really care, but we are way over schedule too. So it is early February, and we were supposed to be in by Christmas with the stretch goal of being in by Thanksgiving. Obviously that didn't happen, and it's not looking like we'll be in very soon. A couple things that we have to get done still are The deck needs a railing, as you saw. Essentially, in order to move in, we need what's called a certificate of occupancy, and that's something that is issued by the county, and you need to meet basic living requirements that they've outlined. Some of them being your appliances are connected, you need a deck railing, like a lot of it's just safety precaution things. So you obviously can't move in when you have a deck that's 12 feet off the ground and there's absolutely no railing. That's a huge safety risk. So that's really the biggest issue at this point, is just trying to check the boxes off on that list. And yeah, that's overall the tour. We have really, really beautiful eucalyptus hardwood flooring underneath all of this paper board, but I'll see if I can get you a peek at it, because it is really beautiful. We just covered it because a lot of it was getting scratched. So look at how pretty that is. We're really happy with how that turned out too. Everybody's excited about it. But that's another thing that was really frustrating, is literally the day after we put in the wood flooring, some other subcontractors came in for their job and tracked a bunch of grit and mud and were dragging ladders across it, and it got really, really messed up. So it was super frustrating. That was a really tough day for me. And so yeah, that's, like I said, that's kind of the reason why we haven't shared a lot of this, is because I didn't want it to seem like one giant complaint, because it's been tough and there's been some really rough things that we've had to overcome. But it is coming together and we are making progress, and you know, ultimately we are going to finish at some point and have a really beautiful home to start having a home base and a garden and things like that. So yeah, all that being said, I appreciate you guys tuning in and following along, and let us know what else you want to see about the house. For us, we have a hard time figuring out what you guys are interested in and what you want to know. So it's easier if you kind of help us with that. And we appreciate you so much. It's been great having you follow along. So thank you for watching.